Okay, folks, so welcome back. I'm just going to show you again the creating your own bullets, just in case, because it was towards the end of the previous video, and I just want to go through it again just to make sure that you're all okay. So we wanted to add our bullets here. So let's say I'll select the top 2 lines of text here and say that I want to apply bullets to this section. So I come up to my paragraph group and I come to my bullets, and I can drop down to see what my options are in there. This is my most recently created. So if I want to say pick, let's say this one here, if I just tap on that one, it selects that bullet for me, but I'm going to create another new one. So I'm just going to undo that, and I'm going to keep my text selected. So you only have to apply bullets to this section here, but I'm just going to use this section here to show you about creating a new bullet again. So in the paragraph group, up to bullets, and you can come down and you can come to define new bullet here along the bottom. So click there and then into symbol. So click on symbol, and this time I'm going to maybe try, if I just try the Wingdings font this time, or actually Wingdings 2. We'll go in there and we'll have a look at the symbols we have available to us in there. So I'm just going to scroll and select something maybe that's a little bit different, something that I don't already have. Let's see. Okay, so if I select we'll select the little clipboard here, okay, and we'll say okay. And then I can come into the font area and I can select to change the color of it. So you can see in the little preview here, it's got symbols. There's my selected symbol, and currently it's on the dark navy blue color that I selected the previous time. So I'm going to come into more colors, and I'm going to have a look. So we'll go for something maybe in green, something nice and bright, and we'll say okay. So this, in my preview, it's showing me here what my little symbol is going to look like, my new bullet is going to look like, and I can click on okay and okay. And as you can see there, my 2 little green clipboards are now my bullet points for my top 2 lines of text. So it's just to show you. I hope that's clear. If anyone has any questions, just ask me again, and I'll go through it again for you. Okay, so I'm just going to undo that because we don't want bullets on the first 2 lines of our text. Okay, so number 3, insert your bullets beside the lines beginning first, second and third prize. We have that done. The next thing that I'm asking you to do is to just embolden the euro amounts in the poster. So that means we're just going to select the euro amounts and we're going to hit bold. So my 3,000, my 100, and I'll leave my 20 as is. Okay. The next thing we're going to look at is placing a border, or putting a border around the entire document. So to do that, we pop up to the design tab on the ribbon. So I'm just going to hit the design tab, and all the way over here, I'm going to just look at my page borders. So this is up to you. You can choose this. I haven't specified a specific style of border or a color. I just want you to get a little bit creative here and maybe just select your own style. So I'm just going to have a look. I might go for the 3, and I'll go for maybe our nice navy blue color. So again, in my preview area here, this shows me what my border is going to look like around my page, and I'm applying that to the whole document, and I'm going to say okay. So there's my border around my poster now. We're almost there. I want you to underline the heading, the fish story prize. So we're going to underline that. And the final thing that I want you to have a look at then is to add an image to your poster. So we've had a look at this in a number of our previous worksheets. We've had a look at adding an image into our menu task. we added an image to our timetable, and we also added an image to our recycling questionnaire. So we're going to add an image in here, but I'm just going to show you, I'm going to take that a little bit further for you and just show you a couple of little editing tips that you can use when you're inserting an image into a document. So I think you're all happy and comfortable enough with how to insert an image. I'll go over that first, and then I'm just going to bring that a little bit further and show you just how to maybe just make some changes to your image that will give the overall look of your document just a nicer look. And it's just handy to know those tips for any future documents you're going to look at creating. So I'm going to add my poster to this area here. So I'm just going to move my cursor to this area. This is where I want my poster to be inserted in my document. So to insert my image, I'm going to come up to the Insert tab on the ribbon, and we come here to Pictures. So if I click on the drop down, and so if I wanted to, if you had images on your device, you can come to select the This Device option. So if I click that, it'll take me into my Pictures folder. So my pictures, and if I just select this one here just to show you, so this is a photograph that I have saved to my computer. I'm just going to click on that and say Insert. Okay, so my image is a little big, so it's brought me down, as you can see, it's brought me down to page 3 of 3. So the best way to alter the shape, the size rather, of an image is to just use one of the corners, because that means that when you adjust the size, the image will remain in proportion. It won't alter the size of the image in different directions. So I'm just going to make it small so it fits onto my next page. So that's an image that I had saved to my computer. So you can do that. I'm just going to delete that one because that's not the one I want. I'm going to back up to my Insert tab and back to Pictures. So from this device is an image that you have saved to your device. Stock images are images that are available to use, that are part of your Microsoft package, that are available to use. So if I type in there story, let's see what we have. Okay, so something like that image there might be appropriate because this is about writing a short story. Or I might do a search for books and see what comes up in our stock images. Okay, so again in there, if I scroll a little bit further, there might be something that appeals to you in there to add to your document, something book related, you know, for your short story writing. So I am not going to choose one from stock because I'm just going to show you the other option that you have for adding images. So back up to Pictures, and I'm going to go to Online Pictures. I know we've looked at this one before, so I'm going to go to Online Pictures. And again, I'm going to just type in something along the lines of short story and see what online images are available to me. Okay. So there are some nice ones here. So I'm just going to scroll and just give you an idea of what's available there under story. So that one's nice too. Once Upon a Time. Maybe this one here with the pen and the inkwell. That's quite nice, that one there. Okay. And I'm going to go back up and change my search, and I'm going to put the word book into my search and see what I have. See what comes up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just make a selection of this image here. So these are called thumbnails, these little images here. So I've selected this one, and you can see there's a little a tick in the, or check mark in the little box, and I'm going to go down here and I'm going to insert that image. Okay, so again, it's taken in an image that's too large, it's too big for what I want to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am just going to select that piece of text and delete that. I don't want that text visible. And then I'm going to just alter the size of the image. So hopefully it fits onto my poster page, because we want everything to fit to one page. Okay, so I'm just going to show you, if I select my image, so similar to when we are working in tables, and when you click on a cell within your table, you get the table tools tabs become available to you. That also happens when we're working on an image. So I have this image selected, and we can see that I have two tabs here, shape format and picture format. So I'll just click into that tab for you, and this tab here. So the picture format is what we're going to have a look at for today. So there's a couple of different things you can do with your image. If I come to here and I just click on, if I look at the adjust group and I come to color, so if I click on the drop down, so it shows me there's loads of options that would maybe enhance my picture or make my picture look a little bit nicer than it does already. If I come to artistic effects, again, just different options, different things that make your image look nicer. And the transparency one, just to show you, as you can see, it just goes down in scale. It becomes nearly invisible in that one. So it's less transparent as you go down the scale. So if I come back up to color, I'm going to pick maybe something like this one, because I think that maybe makes my image look a little bit brighter on the page. The book maybe certainly looks a little bit brighter. Then I can also add a style to my picture. So here in picture styles, because I have my image selected, if I just sort of run through, so you can see there it adds a very, very thin border around the image. This one is more like, it's like a bigger border, more like a mount. And then you can see that one looks like a little frame and so on. So there's different options available in there for you to adjust what your picture looks like. You can see there, you could choose any one of those and just give your picture a different sort of look, a different, if I go through a few of them there, you can see that one has a little reflection. Likewise with this one. You can just scroll through them yourself and have a look at your image and see which one you like the look of, just to add that little extra element. Okay, I might go with this one. Okay, I'm not so sure I like how that has left my picture, so let's choose a different one. I might actually just go with the reflection. I think that looks quite nice. Okay, so it's just to show you those are some extra sort of editing features that you can do to just give your picture in your document a slightly different, maybe an appearance that makes it stand out a little bit more. Okay, so the final thing that I want you to do is just make sure that your spelling and grammar are okay. So if I show you, we can go, there's two things we can do. We can go to editor and we can see that we have nothing, there's no suggestions there. There's nothing for us to correct. So I can click OK and I'll just close that. But equally, if I just come down here to your status bar, which is this bar here that runs along the bottom of your window. And if I just hover my mouse here, you can see there that it tells me there are no proofing errors. So there's a little check mark in the document there. So that's telling me that my document is clear. It's error free. So it's fine. I'm happy with that. Okay, so if you save this version, this final version with your border, your image, your bullet points, all those different changes, your heading underlined, if you save this version as your poster 4, so actually, sorry, if you save this version as my finished poster, so just call this poster 4 or my finished poster will be fine. And I want you to save this one in a few different file formats for me. So all that means is you're going to come to file, you're going to come to, for me here, it's save a copy. And if you come to browse, if you're going to save as, just come to browse. So just what I want you to do is I want you to, here in the save as type, I want you to just save it. I think I ask you to save it as a Word document, which is the default. I ask you to also save a version that's a single file web page. I ask you to save a version that is a plain text version. And that's it. So just save a version that's a Word document, a single file web page, and in plain text.